Ah, yo, what's up, drummer people? I know we're all addicted. We're all addicted. We're all addicted to this case. I tried to get here as soon as possible, but I didn't even wake up early. I took a nap. Had to go to therapy. So we're starting off wherever they stopped at. So I guess they're trying to figure out some things. I think once this case is over, we'll go back to playing video games. I'm so addicted. Ugh. Yo, I need to shave. I might get off a little early. It's like a Netflix series. It can't stop. I just find it very interesting because I was like thinking yesterday. Hold on, I think they're gonna. Yeah, let me just lower the screen. I think it's very interesting how it's every question that's asked to every witness. It's always, did you see? Did you see Johnny Depp ever abuse a woman? You know? And Amber Heard is like always saying, hey, he did this to me. It's like, okay, well, let's ask all the witnesses. Now you're telling me, in all honesty, out of all the witnesses, and they were living there, not one of them has ever seen Johnny beat the hell out of her?
Your next witness? Your Honor, our next witness is Adam.
How's the sound quality?
And I will start the questioning, and then Mr. Rottenborn split that with me, and we'll be questioning next, and then it will be Mr. Depp's counsel.
All right, thank you.
Morning. My name is Elaine Brettahoff, and together with Ben Rottenborn, we represent Amber Laura Heard. Will you please state your name and address?
Sure, it's Adam Robert Waldman, Washington, D.C.
And what is your current occupation?
Attorney. I'm also involved with a skincare company in a variety of capacities.
How long have you been an attorney?
I think since 1995.
Do you currently represent John C. Depp II, who I will be referring to in this deposition as Mr. Depp or Depp?
I do.
Is this representation an attorney-client representation?
It is.
Does it include any other type of representation of Mr. Depp other than as an attorney-client?
I would instruct the witness not to answer that question on the grounds of attorney-client privilege and attorney work product. He can't answer that question without disclosing communications between himself and his client, Mr. Depp. As you're aware, Ms. Bredehoff, the court has ruled that Mr. Depp has not waived attorney-client privilege and will not be waiving attorney-client privilege. So you're aware of that.
So, Mr. Chu, I'm not sure that you heard my question. I was actually asking him if he had any other type of representation relationship with Mr. Depp other than as an attorney-client.
I think he can answer that yes or no, but I would instruct the witness on behalf of Johnny Depp not to disclose any communications you've had with your client.
No.
So just so we're clear, since we had a little bit of record back and forth, the only way in which you represent Mr. Depp is as an attorney-client representation. Is that correct? I'm sorry, Mr. Waldman?
I believe that's true.
Okay. And you are here today providing this deposition under a subpoena and then subsequent notice, correct?
Yes.
And when did you first become Mr. Depp's counsel?
I think that it was around October 2016.
And what is your role in this case as counsel for Mr. Depp?
Objection. I would instruct the witness not to answer that question.
Okay, I'll follow the instruction.
When did you first meet Mr. Depp as opposed to first start representing him?
I first met him in October of 2016.
How is it that you came to meet Mr. Depp?
The general counsel that I referenced a moment ago asked me to go and have a meeting with him, with Mr. Depp, and to talk about a financial problem that he was having.
Did you enter into a written representation agreement with Mr. Depp when you began your representation?
I would instruct the witness not to answer that question. That calls for attorney-client privilege.
Okay.
My man's on it.
Have you entered into more than one representation?
What's up, Tammy?
Mr. Depp
Hashtag day.
in the course of your representation?
I don't even.
Instruction not to answer. He can't answer that without disclosing.
People were saying it's day one, part two.
And attorney work product.
Just gonna call it defamation.
Mr.
That's
Waldman,
it.
when did you consider your attorney-client relationship with Mr. Depp to have begun?
I believe it began the night I met him, actually.
Sometime in October 2016?
Yes, ma'am.
Has the attorney-client relationship between you and Mr. Depp been severed at any point between October 2016 and the present?
Would instruct the witness not to answer that question on the grounds that you can't answer that question without disclosing attorney-client communications.
He's on it.
Okay, I accept the instruction.
Is it day 3?
As Mr. Depp's attorney, you have provided him with advice. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
And you have.
How's the sound quality? Because I think this channel is like
The witness not
a
to
little.
answer that question. You can't answer that.
The audio is a little off.
Attorney-client communications and the fee arrangement in any event is
Should I raise the audio?
irrelevant.
Can you guys hear it?
Instructing him not to answer on the grounds of privilege.
I accept the instruction.
Mr. Waldman, when you provide legal services
How's that?
in an attorney-client relationship, your understanding of that is that you provide advice and your client in turn compensates you in some manner. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, as a general matter, that's how I understand an attorney-client relationship. Yes.
And has Mr. Depp...
All right, let's look for it somewhere else then. The channel sucks. Yeah, this one's much better, I think.
It's party time, people.
Oh no, ad. Kevin, you're fucking up. What up, Dean?
Determine whether to reject the
Ah.
advice in whole or part, correct?
Here
You're
we go.
still speaking in general.
Correct.
In general, yes.
Okay. Now, did your relationship with Mr. Depp, and I'm talking about your attorney-client relationship, deviate from those general principles that in
Jennifer,
some way
what up,
Mr.
Jennifer?
Depp is not
Welcome to the stream.
permitted to
Vahid,
follow or
what up,
reject your
Vahid? We're having a
advice?
conversation
Would
about
instruct
this.
the witness not to
And we're
answer
enjoying-
the question based on attorney-client privilege.
I
Fucking
accept the
Smitty.
instruction.
Now, Mr. Depp has the right to terminate your representation at any time. Is that correct?
But yes, I think it's true.
I think
Depp
we need to let.
Would be free to terminate at any time.
My apologies, Mr. Waldman. I didn't realize you were still talking. Did you finish?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Ooh.
Now, has Mr. Depp terminated your representation of him at any time between October 2016 and the present?
That's the same question
What's up, Joe Josh?
that I instructed Mr. Waldman not to answer before, just stated in a slightly different way, so I would instruct the witness not to answer that question.
I accept the instruction.
Now, and Mr. Depp, as the client in your relationship, is in the position to make the final decision regardless of your advice. Would you agree?
I would instruct the witness not
I like
to
this
answer
guy.
that question. I don't know that I know
Whoever's
he can't
representing
answer
that
question
guy,
without disclosing
he is on
communications
it.
with Mr. Depp. So I instruct the witness not to answer.
Mm-hmm.
I accept the instruction.
Instructions noted. Let's
Mr.
go.
Waldman, if you were advising a client in an attorney-client relationship and you were in settlement negotiations, would it be you or the client who has the ultimate decision-making ability?
But to speculate about the question, yes, generally the client would be responsible for deciding, the ultimate outcome of a settlement. Yes.
Now, you met Mr. Depp after he and Amber Heard
She
had
doesn't.
split up. Is
She
that
definitely
correct?
doesn't.
That's correct.
And you met Mr. Depp after he and Amber Heard had reached a settlement in their divorce. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
So you have no personal knowledge of anything that went on during their marriage. Is that fair to say?
Well, it depends what you mean by personal knowledge. I wasn't there. That's what you mean. Correct.
You never witnessed any interaction
Because everything she says is like... Everything she says, she has no proof. And this is what I was saying earlier. Every testimony of every witness, they're asked the most simplest question. And this is on Amber Heard's team. They asked him, did you ever see Johnny Depp beat the hell out of her? And all of them say no.
between Mr. Depp and Amber Heard prior to October 2016. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you have no personal knowledge of any conduct by either of them against the other prior to October 2016. Is that correct?
This is the content right here.
Again, if you're asking me, do I have any knowledge of their conduct? I think I have knowledge of their conduct.
Okay.
I think maybe you're asking me, did I witness conduct?
I'm asking personal knowledge, which would mean you would have had to have witnessed it.
If you're asking whether I've witnessed it, the answer is no.
Now, your initial knowledge of the relationship between
Absolutely.
Mr. Depp and Ms.
Stay goofing
Heard
off.
was based on your interviews with Mr. Depp. Would that be fair to say?
I would instruct the witness not to
What's
answer
up,
that
Lou?
question because he can't even answer yes or no without disclosing the substance of communications with his client, Mr. Depp.
I accept the instruction.
Yo, Optic, what up, Optic?
Once you came into Mr. Depp's life and became his counsel, Mr. Depp filed with your assistance a number of lawsuits. Would you agree?
Yes.
Did Mr. Depp terminate Tracy Jacobs as
Okay. Well, what you said, Optic, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't feel bad. honestly, I don't feel bad because in these cases, I feel like when it's done to men, it's justified. But when it does so when it's done to a woman, it's like, oh, feel bad for her and stuff like that. So it's like it's a gray area because to me, I feel honestly, everybody is universal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a human being and they deserve the same respect, the same responsibilities, the same thing. But when it comes up to saying the gender role of saying her and him, it does, in my world, it doesn't compute. For me, a mother and a daughter and a mother and a child, I feel they see, I come from the old school. I come from, you gotta be the monster, you gotta be the animal, you gotta be the beast. And then when you create that family, you're the you're the fucking warrior within you. You're not the gardener, you're the warrior. You're always gonna protect your family and what is yours. Nowadays, it's gone so bad that you cannot control that. You cannot, you can't control, if you're that beast. Like with me, I have 3 kids and I have, people that rely on me. So I have to become that monster sometimes. And I have to become that beast just to get my point across. You got a lot of people here who are just like, oh, okay, let it go. No, don't. This is why I always say, look with the happiness within yourself and out to others. Like with me personally, I feel if you could be 100% honest with me and fucking ride or die, I will be the best friend until the end. You call me, you be like, yo, we got a situation. Okay. What car are we taking? I'm not asking any questions. You tell me on the way there. And then we'll reasonably, discuss the situation and we handle it. But you got people who are just not like that. And now it's gotten to the point you can't even say anything. Dude, when I go to work, I put my headphones on and I just work. Even when I talk to somebody, I don't want it to be misconstrued in the wrong way. Because everybody is straight sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say this. Handicapped people can get it too. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. And there's not a lot of people that perceive that. People call me an asshole. People call me a son of a bitch, all this stuff like that. And I accept it. Because I know who I am at the end of the day. I know what I bring. I know the aggressiveness, the tenacity, the overcomes obstacles in situations. You know what I'm saying? Like this morning, Mrs. Internet World Champion and we had a conversation about sleep. And I said, how many hours during the week do you think I get of sleep? And I let her think. And she said to me, you get about 5 hours of sleep Monday through Friday. And she turned around and she said, you know what? I appreciate you. And that's all I asked for. Oh, you're going to have to ask her yourself. The last time that she was here, or I don't really know her, like that. The last time she was here, she said that she had to take care of something. I hope everything is all right. I hope everything is well. So, but in those situations, when you hear somebody says, I appreciate you for who you are, it has more value. It has more value. In this situation, when you look at everything that's going on, you're just like, I get disgusted, to be honest.
His agent before or after you became Mr. Depp's counsel?
Mr. Waldman, I would instruct you not to answer that question if doing so would require you to disclose any communications you had with Mr. Depp.
It would.
How long had Tracy Jacobs been Mr. Depp's agent at the time Mr. Depp terminated Tracy Jacobs?
And again, Adam, same instruction to the extent that that answering the question requires you to disclose communications that you had with Mr. Depp. I would instruct you not to answer the question.
It would.
Was it Mr. Depp's
You're absolutely
decision
right
to
about that,
terminate
Tammy.
Tracy Jacobs?
Choose your consequences.
And I would instruct you not to answer that question because that could only have come from Mr. Depp in the communication with you.
I accept the instruction.
I wouldn't wish
After you began
prison
representing
time, but
Mr.
if that's
Depp,
the case, that's the
Mr.
case.
Depp filed a lawsuit against Joel Mandel,
You know?
Mr. Depp's former business manager, correct?
That's correct.
And you represented Mr. Depp in that lawsuit against Joel Mandel and his company, did you not?
I did.
But it was Mr. Depp's decision on whether to file the lawsuit.
I could never
against
grow a
Mr.
beard.
Mandel and his company. Would you agree?
I would instruct the witness not to answer that question because
could grow probably a goatee.
it would require communication, disclosure of communications between Mr.
But I
Depp
can't
and
grow a
Mr.
beard.
Waldman as to who was advising who as to filing the case against TMG
Absolutely.
and the Mandel brothers. So I would instruct you not to
Absolutely. But it's vice
I
versa.
accept the instruction.
If because there's men that get
Did
abused
Mr.
too,
Depp have the ultimate decision?
and there's women, there's
making
lesbian
the
couples
ability with
that one of them
respect to the
abuses
lawsuit
others.
against Mr. Mandel
There's
and
gay
his
couples,
company?
gay guys.
And again, I would instruct you not to answer
That
to
one
the extent it
abuses the
requires you
other.
to disclose attorney.
Whoever
client
is the
communications.
abuser should go to jail.
It would.
After you began representing Mr. Depp filed a lawsuit against Jake.
Absolutely.
Bloom,
I am
Mr.
100%
Depp's
agreeing with you with that one.
attorney, correct?
That's correct.
And you represented Mr. Depp in that lawsuit against Jake Bloom and his law firm, did you not?
I did.
But it was Mr. Depp's decision on whether to file the lawsuit against Mr. Bloom and his law firm. Is that correct?
Again, I would instruct the witness not to answer to the extent it requires him to disclose attorney-client communications.
Yeah. She should have went to jail to
It
that.
would.
And
I'm tired of
Mr.
liking-
Depp,
I'm liking the
was
comments.
ultimate decision maker in connection with any decisions made in the litigation against Mr. Bloom and his law firm. Would you agree?
Same instruction not to answer. It's basically the same question, gussied up a bit. So same instruction not to answer.
Absolutely. The punishment should be
I
the
accept the
same.
instruction.
After you began representing Mr. Depp filed a lawsuit against the Sun newspaper and its editor-in-chief, Dan Wooten, correct?
Correct.
For purposes of this deposition, I may
Nothing
refer
but
to
love.
the lawsuit
Nothing but love, Dean.
against the Sun and its editor, Dan Wooten, as the UK lawsuit or the UK litigation. Will you understand those references to mean this?
I will.
What was your role in the UK litigation?
I would instruct the witness not to answer that question because it necessarily requires him or would require him to disclose his communications with his client, Johnny Depp.
Absolutely.
It would.
You represented Mr. Depp throughout the UK litigation, correct?
Again, I would.
And Mr. Depp alleged in the UK litigation that the Sun and Dan Wooten had committed libel by accusing Mr.
Look at
Depp
her.
of being a, quote, wife
Look at that
beater,
smirk.
end of quote, and committing domestic violence
She is
against him.
beaming him right now in the UK
That's
case.
true.
It was
Man,
Mr.
Johnny
Depp's
Depp is just
decision
sitting there.
whether to bring the UK lawsuit against the Sun and Dan Wooten, correct?
And again, I would instruct the witness not to answer I would instruct him not to answer because it perforce would require him to disclose attorney-client communications as to the thought process that went into filing that particular lawsuit.
My dog stepped on a
I
bee.
accept the instruction.
After you began representing
Sometimes
Mr.
my
Depp,
nut
Mr.
smells
Depp
like
filed
cheese.
suit against Amber Heard, his former wife, correct?
That's correct.
And you represented Mr. Depp in the lawsuit against Amber Heard from March 1, 2019 up until October of 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it was Mr. Depp's decision on whether to file the lawsuit against
Sometimes I
Amber
break out
Heard.
hives
Is
and
that
bees.
correct?
Would instruct the witness not to answer that question based on attorney-client privilege.
I accept the instruction.
And
Sometimes
Mr.
I shit
Depp
on the
is
seat.
alleging in this lawsuit that Amber Heard defamed him by suggesting that he had committed domestic abuse against her, correct?
Yes.
As part of your representation of Mr.
What up,
Depp,
Savage?
you contacted potential witnesses. Is that correct?
Again, I would, that is attorney work product, and that is protected in Virginia.
I think they're
So
trying to get to
reject
the
on that
meaty
basis.
gritty
I think
of
you
the
answered that
representation of
question,
the
yes or
UK
no?
case.
Yes,
You also spoke with the press on Mr. Depp's behalf, did you not?
And I would instruct the witness not to answer to the extent that it requires disclosure of any communications between yourself and Mr. Depp.
it would.
And therefore,
And therefore, I accept the instruction.
how frequently did you communicate with the press on Mr. Depp's behalf?
I would instruct the witness not to answer that question because impossible to do so without disclosing attorney-client privilege.
I like this guy.
I accept the
Yo,
instruction.
what up, David?
Why did you communicate with the press?
Same instruction not to answer on the same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
What were you hoping to gain?
Same instruction not to answer the
My
question.
man needs to let that haircut go, bro.
Same.
If my hairline started
You
receiving
remain
like that,
Mr.
dude, I would
Depp's
so
primary
shave it.
counsel for all of his affairs, isn't that correct?
How do I think it will end?
I'm going to instruct the witness not to answer that because I don't think you can answer that without disclosing
kinda
the
hard to
communications
say.
with Mr. Depp, and we have to be consistent.
That's true, and I accept the instruction.
I don't know if there's like
Take a look at what has been marked
both of
as
them don't win
Exhibit number 3.
because there's so much evidence
Did there come
stacked.
a time in 2018 that you contacted Rolling Stone about writing an article about Mr. Depp?
And to the extent that you cannot answer it without disclosing communications with Mr. Depp, I would instruct you not to answer.
Yeah,
I think it would implicate
Definitely.
discussions with Mr. Depp.
Definitely.
So I accept your instruction.
she's doing great. She's doing amazing. Kids are doing
The
awesome.
author
They're
of
breathing,
this
walking,
article, which was
talking.
published on June 21,
She jumped on me yesterday and
2018,
started bothering me.
Stephen Roderick.
Started smacking my
Were you
belly.
present when Mr. Roderick
She's doing
interviewed
amazing.
Mr. Depp?
Thanks for asking.
You may answer that question yes or no.
It's not yes or no. I was there for some of it.
Okay. Was the Rolling Stone interview before or after Mr. Depp filed suit against the Sun and Dan Wooten?
I'm not sure.
Do you recall whether the publication of this Rolling Stone article was before or after Mr. Depp filed the lawsuit against the Sun?
Yo, did
and Dan
anybody
Wooten?
clip that yesterday on Amber Heard's sister? Please tell me you did it, because
I'm going to ask.
there was a video. I'm never streaming that game. That game is terrible. But I saw a video yesterday, and people were saying that for the people that are making fun of the situation, it's horrible. But I wasn't making fun of the situation. I was making fun of her face. Just to get that straight.
You to take a look at page 10, and it says on page 10 it was Adam Waldman who first contacted Rolling Stone about writing a story about the injustice being done to Depp's reputation and bottom line. Do you see that? Well, before you go there, Mr. Waldman, I asked you a question. I just read that and said, do you see that? Can you answer that question?
I thought I answered yes, but yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. And is that an accurate statement?
No.
What is inaccurate about it?
It's just crazy.
It says it was Adam Waldman who first contacted Rolling Stone.
How you doing, Dean? How's everything?
What is correct?
What is correct is that I was not the first to contact Rolling Stone.
Who first contacted Rolling Stone?
It didn't interest me, to be honest. Battlefield did
Mr.
not
Depp.
interest me.
I'm going to ask the question, notwithstanding, why did Mr. Depp contact Rolling Stone?
I would
Mr.
instruct
B.
you not to answer that question.
Mr. B, you're absolutely right. As far as like
Did
The
Mr.
public's
Depp
eye, Johnny
authorize
won.
you to have communications with the Rolling Stone to set up this interview?
Instruct you not to answer that question on the grounds of attorney-client privilege.
Damn.
I accept the instruction.
Did you assist Mr. Depp with publicity on Mr. Depp's behalf?
Stop this muffin lady.
Not to answer on the grounds of attorney-client communication.
The muffin man.
In your view, does assisting Mr. Depp with publicity constitute legal work?
Oh yeah, over there is horrible right now.
The witness has already testified he had one engagement for Mr. Depp, and that was a legal engagement.
Of course.
So I'm going to instruct.
I can't
you
wait
not
for
to
the
answer any
next
questions
season.
about
I heard the
his
trailer came out.
communications with Mr. Depp.
I accept the instruction.
In participating in the interview with the Rolling Stones, were you speaking on Mr. Depp's behalf?
And I'm going to instruct not to answer because, again, I don't think you can answer.
See, this is what I'm talking about on Amber Heard's lawyers. They're trying to get representation from Johnny Depp's lawyer. That's like beating a wall with a spoon. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like you're just trying to, keep on with the wall, and it's a steel wall. It's not just a regular wall, it's a steel wall.
To that question without disclosing your communications with Mr. Depp about authority. So I'm instructing you not to answer the question.
It was Mr. Depp's choice whether
It doesn't
he
look
said
real.
anything to the press.
It doesn't look real.
relating to Mr. Depp. Would you
On
agree?
Twitter, it doesn't look real. I just saw it
instruct
too.
the witness not to answer.
I accept the instruction.
Mr. Waldman, you reached out to a number of other publications to speak on Mr. Depp's behalf. Do you recall?
Again, I would instruct not to answer to the extent it requires you to disclose communications that you had with Mr. Depp.
It would, and I accept the instruction.
How many publications did you communicate with on behalf of Mr. Depp?
Same instruction not to answer based on attorney-client privilege and attorney work product.
I accept the instruction.
How many publications did you reach out to on Mr. Depp's behalf relating to the UK litigation?
Same instruction not to answer on the same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
See,
How
this
many
is what I'm saying.
publications did you
That's his
reach out to
representation.
on
That's
Mr.
Johnny
Depp's
Depp's
behalf
representation
relating to
of the UK case.
Same instruction on the
Like-
same grounds.
He's just gonna keep on doing
I
that,
accept the instruction.
doing that.
How many publications did you reach out to concerning allegations that Mr. Depp had abused?
Same thing. Watch.
Same instruction, same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
It got to the point where it's a routine.
Mr. Waldman, you had a Twitter account, did you not?
Yeah.
I did.
When did you begin that Twitter account?
I'm not sure of the date.
Approximately when?
I'm not even sure of the year.
Is it prior to 2005, 2010, 2015?
Do you want me to speculate?
I want you to give me your best estimate.
Okay. I'm really not sure of the year. I couldn't put a specific date on it.
Do you
If you
recall?
want to give me ranges, I could try.
Do you recall how many years you had the Twitter account?
Not precisely, no.
Was it more than a year?
I think so.
Was it more than 3 years?
I don't think so.
Now, you had your Twitter account suspended, correct?
Yes, that's true. My Twitter account was suspended.
Do you recall when that was?
Not with specificity, no.
Do you recall why?
Well, I wrote several letters to Twitter to ask why I was suspended for life.
You're looking at
from the
trees, not
platform.
forests.
And the response that I received was
It's more.
multiple violations of their policy. So I asked, could they
TOS.
name one example of those multiple violations? And they responded by saying now they were appealing, without my asking them to do so, my suspension. And that's when they sent me another note that I was suspended for.
No, I did not see that. You gotta send that to me,
just
Tammy.
So the record.
I gotta see that.
So you have been suspended for life by Twitter?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have a Twitter account now?
Yes.
no,
Do you still communicate with the press relating to Mr. Depp?
No.
And I would instruct the witness not to answer the question to the extent that it requires you to disclose communications.
Even Johnny's
between
like,
you
my
and
man, hold that shit down, B.
it would, so I accept the instruction.
Accept the
Do you
instructions.
still communicate with the press on Mr. Depp's behalf?
Same instruction, same grounds.
Instruction.
I
Accept it.
accept the instruction.
Yeah.
Has Mr. Depp ever asked you not to speak to the press?
Same instruction, same grounds. That clear on its face, it would require Mr. Waldman to disclose his communications with Mr. Depp, which he will not do.
It would, and I accept the instruction.
Would you have followed
Yeah, you're right. But as a lawyer, no matter what, even if the client is a liar, a manipulator, a murderer, like psychopath, no matter what, it's up to the lawyer because they're like points. They're points in the system. So I got this person off of murder. That's a point on their record. So then they can always reference that to get higher up, in the lawyer corporate world as time progresses. Now, when that happens, they take these charges and then they have that on record. When they lose a case, it affects them, but it doesn't really affect them. That's why when it came up to like lawyers that are high level lawyers, look at his name is Al Sharpton? No. The guy that what the hell? The guy that represented O.J. Simpson. He's famous. Super famous. So when you get into a murder charge, who are you gonna go to?
Mr. Depp's direction?
You're gonna go to him, my man.
Not to speak to the press.
I will instruct the witness not to answer because it's an end around the attorney-client privilege. Clever, but I'm going to instruct the witness not to answer.
I accept the instruction.
Accept
Has
it.
Mr. Depp ever asked you not to speak to the press about issues involving he and Amber Heard?
We'd instruct the witness not to answer the question on attorney-client privilege.
Yo, look at her. She's just looking at Johnny.
Would you have followed Mr. Depp's direction if he had asked you not to speak with the press about issues involving he and
Johnny, look at her, man.
And I will instruct not to answer on the grounds of attorney-client privilege.
Look at her, Johnny.
I accept the instruction.
Has Mr. Depp ever asked you to correct or retract any statements you made to the press relating to Mr. Depp or Mr. Heard or Amber Heard?
Would instruct the witness not to answer on the grounds of attorney-client privilege.
I know, right?
I accept the instruction.
This is a short video.
Would you have followed Mr. Depp's direction if he had asked you
You
to
must have
correct or
quit.
retract any statements you made to the press relating to Mr. Depp or Amber Heard?
Same instruction, same grounds.
That's right.
And I accept the instruction.
Have you ever asked the press to correct or retract any statements you have made to the press
Same
relating to
instruction.
Mr. Depp or Amber Heard?
I want to make sure I understand the instruction. Are you saying you instruct not to answer in the event it implicates privileged conversations with Mr. Depp?
Yeah, I think I'm going to instruct not to answer.
Okay, thank you. I understand. I accept.
So you send it through Chris so you won't get
I'm going
banned?
to ask you to take what marked as exhibit number 4. I think I'm going to try to blow it up just a touch. It looks kind of hard to read. Okay. And it's it's an article from July 3, 2020 from Mail Online. This is Daily Mail Online. Do you see that?
I do.
No, actually, if I'm just going to go to page 8, I'm going to ask you to take a look at the following. It says, Adam Waldman, Depp's lawyer, said afterwards, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media used fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and a shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts, quote facts, end of quote, as the sword. and
That's
inflicting
crazy.
them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you see that?
I do.
Did you make that statement?
I believe I did.
Did you make that statement on behalf of Mr. Depp?
Instruct the witness not to answer that question on attorney-client privilege grounds.
I accept the instruction.
Why did you?
What the hell happened?
Were you representing Mr. Depp at the time you made this statement?
And in any event, I'm going to instruct the witness not to answer that question on attorney-client privilege grounds.
I apologize. I actually didn't hear the question. I can agree with the instruction, but I probably should hear the question.
Fair enough.
Amy, could you read that back, please? Thank you.
Yeah, but if Amber Heard wins, everybody's gonna hire that lawyer. But I don't think so because
Depp at the time you made this statement?
Mr. Rottenborn is
Would instruct
such
the
a
witness not
dick.
to answer on attorney-client privilege grounds.
I didn't know that, David.
I accept
I
the
did not know that.
instruction. Sorry for the
I gotta look that up.
Did you discuss this statement with Mr. Depp before making the statement?
On same grounds.
That's
No, I
crazy with the
accept the
feet.
instruction.
I mean, that's crazy. It could be a
Did
body
you
under there.
discuss the statement with Mr. Depp after making the statement?
Same instruction, same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
Was Mr. Depp aware either before or after that you were making this statement?
Did you know that
Same
the?
instruction, same grounds.
Because we're not gonna get nowhere in this
I
case,
accept the instruction.
especially with
Did
Johnny
you
Depp's
make
lawyer.
This statement with Mr. Depp's authorization
So-
or agreement?
Same instruction, same grounds.
Did you guys see
I accept the instruction.
Was Mr. Depp aware
the
that you were
petition
speaking
about
in the
Aquaman
press?
2?
Same
It's
instruction, same
over
grounds.
4 million
I accept the
signatures.
instruction.
Did Mr. Depp ever ask you to retract or correct this statement?
Same instruction, same grounds.
But if Johnny Depp wins, she's gonna be working at McDonald's.
If Mr. Depp had asked you to retract or correct this statement, would you have retracted or corrected it?
Same instruction, same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
If Mr. Depp had told you that the statement was not correct, would you
Someone
have
said
corrected
it'll-
or retracted it?
Just keep adding.
Same instruction, same grounds.
I accept the instruction.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, just look it
Did
up,
you
man.
rely upon
Look it
any
up, Ram.
statements or evidence from Mr. Depp in making
Just look up
this
Lake
statement?
Laner,
Same instruction, same grounds.
Yes, I accept the instruction.
because we ain't gonna get nowhere with this case. This is a dead end lead,
Bring
like
up exhibit number
dead end
5.
deposition.
Mr. Waldman, I'm going to be asking you a question about a specific statement in this one. If you would like to read the article first, you are certainly at liberty to.
There's gonna be poo in my burger for
do
sure.
that.
Thank you, I will.
It says, and this is, I guess, I didn't
What up,
set the
Mr.
stage here.
Welcome to
This
the
was the Daily Mail.
It's just
published
all
on
to
July 3rd,
imply that
2020.
This all happened. You
And
can't
I'm
even
going to
apply
now
that
direct
though,
your attention to
because he's gonna do.
page
He's
9.
the other lawyer is gonna be like
Depp's lawyer, Adam
same
Waldman,
instructions, same
said the
statement,
various discrepancies
except
prove that nothing
except-
heard and her friends said
except-
about the events of May 21, 2016
3,
could
2,
be considered credible. Do you
1.
see that?
Hearsay.
Then I'm going to direct your attention, Mr. Waldman, to the next statement.
You can't make it up.
Quite simply,
You can't make
this
it up.
was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up like
She's
calling
gonna have to
cops,
find a way.
But the first attempt didn't do the trick.
But hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you this now. If Johnny wins, I'm sorry to say it, but all the satirical, fascist, maniacal, cult feminists, this is gonna be a blow to their ego. See, what's happening right now in the state of man versus woman and relationships and all this bullshit that's going on, That's why there's a lot of people right now are looking at this case because of this. Johnny is like a high, you know, he's on that pedestal. He's up there. So everybody's watching him. And he's like one of the first, because you never heard of a guy who come out and says, I'm being abused by a woman. Now that it comes out, that's why everybody's like, what's going to happen? And if it does happen that Johnny wins, it's going to hurt the feminists, and they're gonna go crazy, and they're gonna say what they've been saying this whole time. Blah, 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 blah. But in actuality, if it does happen, get ready for a social just takeover. Because I saw a video of a woman saying that there's a gender war. Makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. A gender war makes no sense. I don't know why. Why would that even come out of a person's mouth, saying there's a gender war coming? When throughout all history and throughout all time, wars have been led by men. Even to the war that's going on now. So, and there's women that do want to fight the fight, but they're going to lose their lives.
The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of
that lake. No wonder the lake looks like that.
And then placed a second call to 911.
It's probably all the decomposing bodies in that lake.
I do.
Did you make those statements?
675.
There are two parts
Hey,
to
Loretta.
what you've shown
Hey, Mike.
me. The first part didn't have quotation marks around it.
And I'm not asking about that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
where it said
BBQ,
nothing can
what
be
up,
considered
BBQ?
credible, that's not quoting me. The part
Right.
with the quote marks, I believe I said that, yes.
So starting from quite simply
What do you mean?
through
Was it Alaire? One? I'm sorry if I got your name wrong.
911.
What do you mean?
Stated all that. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Did you make these statements on Mr. Depp's behalf?
Instruct the witness not to answer on the grounds of attorney-client privilege.
This is beating a dead
I
horse.
accept the instruction.
Why did you make these statements?
Same instruction.
Same instruction.
reason.
I accept the instruction.
What were you trying to convey to the press in making these statements?
Same instruction,
What's
same
everyone bought dead body
I accept the
water
instruction.
ratio?
Did you discuss
Technically,
this
everyone
statement
has
with
one.
Mr. Depp
Really?
before making these statements?
reason. Same instruction, same reason.
I'm about to look it up.
I accept the instruction.
Did you discuss these statements with Mr. Depp following making these statements?
Same instruction, same rationale.
Yes, I accept the instruction.
Was Mr. Depp aware either before or after that you were making these statements?
Same instruction, same reason.
I accept the instruction.
Did you make these statements with Mr. Depp's
People swim in the ocean
authorization
even
or
through
agreement?
there. Blah blah blah
Same
blah.
instruction, same basis.
Yeah, a normal pool is
I accept the
0%.
instruction.
Wait, what?
Was Mr. Depp aware you were speaking with the press?
Same instruction, same basis.
I accept the instruction.
Did Mr. Depp ever ask you to
Wow.
retract or
Interesting.
correct these statements?
Purification
Same
as a
instruction,
scavenger
same
creature
basis.
will dismember the
I accept the
corpse
instruction.
within
If Mr.
week,
Depp had asked you to retract
or
or correct these
two,
statements, would you have retracted?
and the bones will
them?
shrink
Same instruction,
to
same
the
basis.
seabed.
I accept the
It may
instruction.
slowly
If Mr.
burn.
Depp had told you these statements were
by
not
marine.
correct, would you have corrected or retracted them?
Same instruction,
That's
same
not what I
basis.
I accept the instruction.
Did you rely upon any statements or evidence from Mr. Depp in making these statements?
Same instruction, same basis.
Mm.
I accept the instruction.
When your body decomposes in water, it actually
Mr. Waldman, I'm
it's
going to ask you
a
to
lot
take a
slower.
look at
It's
exhibit
super
number
slow.
6. This was another Daily Mail online,
So
July 3, 2020. And if you would like to go ahead and read the article, this would be a good time to do it.
Thank you.
Mr. Waldman, we were looking at Waldman Exhibit number 6, and it's the Daily Mail from July, just lost her there, but July 3rd, 2020, and you were going to scroll through it, and I think we had some technical difficulties, so we took a break. Have you had an opportunity to
Depending
review
on the
it? Do you need to
temperature and the
know?
climate,
No,
a dead body,
I just can't.
it usually requires 3 weeks to several years.
I'm going to ask you to.
So
turn to
underwater, it will take a lot
11th
more.
page, the last page you just finished reading. And I'm going to direct
Which is
your
very
attention to
interesting.
some specific words that are attributed to you. Do you see that it says Depp's attorney Adam Waldman said? Right here? Okay. You see Depp's attorney Adam Waldman said. Do you see that there, Mr. Waldman?
I do.
Okay. And then I'm going to direct your attention to specifically the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp. Do you see that?
I do.
Did you speak the words, quote, the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp?
I'm not sure. It appears, as I look at this, that there are quote marks around the statement, and that suggests that I did. I don't remember saying these particular words, but it appears so.
Do you have any reason to believe that you did not say the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Ms. Johnny Depp?
No, I have no reason to doubt that.
Were you representing Mr. Depp at the time you made this statement? I'm going to refer to it as a statement. I'm taking specific words, Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp. But were you representing Mr. Depp at the time you made the statement?
I was going to say something, but I don't want to be implemented towards something.
Instruct the witness not to answer based on attorney-client
So never mind.
privilege.
I accept the instruction.
Why did you make this statement?
Same instruction, same basis.
Good times.
I accept the instruction.
What were you trying to convey to the press in making this statement?
Same instruction, same basis.
What's up,
I
Ed?
accept the instruction.
Did you make the statement on Mr. Depp's behalf?
Same instruction, same basis.
I accept the instruction.
This guy right here?
Did you
Over here?
discuss this statement with
Over
Mr.
here?
Depp before making the statement?
Over here? Over here,
Same
this guy?
instruction, same basis.
That's Johnny Depp's lawyer from the
I
UK
accept
trial.
the instruction.
Did you discuss this statement with Mr. Depp following making the statement?
Same instruction, same basis.
This is beating a dead horse, man.
Was Mr. Depp aware either before or after that you were making this statement?
Bruh.
Same instruction, same basis.
Beating a dead horse.
Samantha McMillan, who was Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp's stylist.
He said, what's
Friend Ms.
TikTok?
Isaac Baruch, Ms. Heard's and Mr. Depp's friend, close friend, and Ms. Heard's neighbor in the penthouses. Okay, so continuing on, the witnesses, a list of some witnesses to the 21st, to her claims of violence and damage
So,
to the apartment.
a body composes like 3
Trinity Esparza,
weeks to
who was the head of the
several
concierge
years.
desk
You put it in
at the
water,
Eastern Columbia
it's
building.
going to take a lot longer. It could take up to
Friend
300
Ms. Heard's
years
also.
before he fully
Cornelius Harrell,
decomposes.
who I think also worked for the concierge desk, or in any event worked for the Eastern Columbia building, and met with Ms. Heard on the 22nd of May, which meeting was captured on CCTV also. Alejandro Romero, who I believe is head of security at the Eastern Columbia building. And I think Brandon Patterson also testified about the absence of bruises. And I should even distinguish, because we're talking about the notion of a hoax, I should distinguish these people specifically have given testimony that Ms. Heard was uninjured between the 21st of May up into perhaps the 25th or 26th of May, and then of course she appeared bruised again on the 27th.
When we take the break, when they take the break, I gotta get on.
They were with her and she appeared, and that she appeared bruised. But during that period between the 21st and the 27th, I'm not sure if I've listed 9 plus the 2 police officers, but I think that's that's an illustration of what I was referring to.
Like
in the
personally?
question you,
Do I know any
asked me
personally serial killers and
Please pull
murderers?
up a document labeled ARW 660.
Just accent?
Sorry, but you do believe that the pictures and videos Marilyn Manson sent you help disprove Miss Heard's allegations, correct?
Absolutely.
As to that incident, Thanksgiving, perhaps 2013, I think
I can't answer that question for you.
I think those videos and photographs, yes,
Sorry.
demolished her claim.
Have you communicated with other social media users about this case?
How did this conversation turn into serial killers? What the
public
fuck,
messaging
bro?
platforms? Let me ask that differently. Have you communicated privately with other social media users about this case?
Other social media, I want to make sure I'm precise. Other social media users?
Yes.
That group would include almost everybody on Earth.
Have you provided information about this case to other social media?
I am not at
personalities
liberty to
who then
talk about
post
it.
That information.
I've provided information episodically to what I would call internet journalists, and I'll define that as journalists who are not affiliated with, you mentioned, I think, NBC a moment ago, or a mainstream media outlet.
Have you communicated with a social media user who goes by the name That Umbrella Guy?
I've had several phone calls with a person who goes by the name That Umbrella Guy. I don't actually know his real name.
That's crazy.
Have you communicated with him other than through phone calls?
Listen, I don't feel like getting clipped.
I don't remember doing so.
You know. So I'm not gonna talk about it.
What are other? Well, let me ask you this: have you communicated in a similar fashion with someone on social media who goes by the name That Brian Fella?
Yes.
What about someone who goes by the name The Real Laura B?
Yes.
And have you communicated to those individuals listed evidence that you believe suggests that Ms.
up,
Heard's
Alfredo?
allegations are hoaxes?
I would say I communicate with the internet journalists because we put them in a category calling them that. I've done that. Exactly the same way I would communicate with mainstream media. If they have questions about evidence or the facts,
I hope it's good.
I'll inform them.
It's such a choppy video
have
though.
you-
That leak.
And when you communicate
It's a
with
choppy
them,
video.
you testified some by phone, correct?
It's like an 8-bit
Yes.
video.
Do you do so by text or messenger platform?
Largely, I think by phone, but if I communicated in writing, it would be probably by signal.
Can you please pull up the exhibits ALH 17001 to 2, please?
Showing on the screen, exhibit 24.
No, my first question is that in that box where it says first on the record statement from me regarding the body cam to RTL, Adam Waldman.
I mean,
Johnny
did you see the
Depp
Netflix
attorney,
special?
Is
the
that a
chick
statement that you
that, like,
made
fought back?
to
That was like a
German media outlet called RTL?
It's very fascinating. I
Yes.
believe it's fascinating. Yeah.
And in that
How
statement, you say that
a person
LAPD
just snaps
now
and
opened
says,
up a criminal investigation.
"Fuck it,
into
I'm a
perjury
serial
for
killer."
Ms. Heard.
I find it
Correct.
very interesting.
Yes.
Did you make a correction to RTL when you learned that the LAPD wasn't in fact investigating Ms. Heard for perjury?
Well, the way you've characterized it is not exactly what I would agree with. The LAPD told me that they were investigating.
Oh, you could get one for free.
The perjury claim.
Just got to do a couple
At
of
that
things.
time, Then sequentially came the statement, then came notification from the LAPD that it was actually the LA Sheriff's Department that was investigating, and that was the last I heard about it.
And who notified you from the LAPD that it was allegedly the Sheriff's Department who was investigating it?
The
I mean, you don't have to go to SD.
same desk
You know
officer
what I mean?
at Foothill. And when I say the desk officer, I don't know if that's not necessarily the job title.
How did you find his, do you have his contact information?
I don't think I do. I don't know, but I don't, well, I'm not sure.
And I'm sorry if I asked you this. How did you come into contact with this desk officer?
I brought a binder of information, including the statements that had been made, and the evidence showing that those statements were false.
In your view? So you took a binder to the LAPD and spoke to this desk officer?
Correct.
And was that the only time that you spoke to this person?
Hashtag Madagascar.
2 times.
2 times.
Were they both in person?
Oh, maybe it's 2 or 3 times. No, no, 2 times we're on the phone.
Was the first meeting in person when you brought this binder?
No, the first was on the telephone.
So the investigation was opened up at your request after you brought this binder to the desk officer? Is that
No,
right?
I didn't ask him to open an investigation. I filed a claim with the LAPD regarding these perjurious statements that Ms. Hurd and her best friend Rocky Pennington had made to a court.
Was that claim that you filed in writing?
Yes.
Do you know whether that claim was produced as part of your document production in this case? Because I certainly haven't seen it.
I don't know that I ever received a copy of it. It was filed in writing with the LAPD. But I don't recall that I ever.
Yeah, we're gonna play COD. We're gonna play COD.
Did you draft it?
No.
So you were talking to the desk officer and he was taking down notes, and is that the writing you're referring to?
See, BBQ, you
Yes.
giving it up, kid. You giving
Did you
it
ever
up.
see this alleged written claim?
Yes.
You know,
Did you sign it?
I don't recall if I did.
Did you ever speak to anyone other than your client about this alleged perjury investigation?
He had
other
to,
than your
man.
client and the desk officer?
he had to get away from her.
Well, I think this quote that you've shown me to the media would constitute speaking about it.
Did you ever hear anything more about this perjury investigation?
Later, Dean.
To the extent it existed, from any other third party who claimed that they had spoken to anyone in LAPD or the LA Sheriff's Office?
No, I don't think so.
Mr. Waldman, do you have a professional license?
I do.
Do you have your own law firm?
I do.
What is the name of your law firm?
Endeavor Law Firm.
When was Endeavor Law Firm formed?
I think it was in 2005.
And who was it who formed your law firm?
It was I who did it.
And who owns your law firm?
I do.
What is your title at the Endeavor Law Firm?
Managing member, I believe.
And it's none of our business who your clients are, but does the Endeavor Law Firm have other clients other than Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Does Johnny Depp issue you a Form W-2?
I don't think so, no.
Do you receive legal training from Johnny Depp or any of your other clients?
No.
I suppose the practice of law in general is legal training, but if I understand your question correctly, no.
Fair point. Have you ever listed Johnny Depp as your employer on any filings with the IRS?
No.
But you offer legal services to clients, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'll say, do you offer legal services to the general public?
Probably not to the general public, but I offer legal services. I think that's your question.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, our next one would be Detective Santanaga, Sandanaga. It's about 20 minutes.
All right, let's go.
She
ahead
said
and
Nadiga?
that witness. Is that
And
You said cheeks?
we start the question.
Butt cheeks?
Get your name and business address for the record, please.
Oh, that's the
Marie
Latino
Santanaga.
officer.
Marie Santanaga, Sadanaga. And my business address is 100 West 1st Street, Los Angeles, California.
And what is your current occupation?
I am a detective with the Los Angeles Police Department, and I am the department's domestic violence coordinator.
You think so, Tammy?
What does
Just
it mean to be
self-defense?
the domestic violence coordinator for the department?
So I am recognized as the person most knowledgeable in domestic violence. I oversee how our department as a whole responds to domestic violence. So I don't investigate cases right now myself. I just make sure that officers and detectives are responding to domestic violence how California State Penal Code wants us to.
And how long have you been with the LAPD?
17 years.
What, if any, policies, procedures, and protocols are in place at the LAPD for domestic violence cases separate from other types?
This deposition was in March?
Once we determine there is domestic violence, we have to determine whether there is a crime. Every time we respond to a domestic violence call, per state law, we need to document whether it's a crime or just an incident, which would be when there is not a crime, but there's still paperwork done. So that is part of the officer's investigation.
Now, I had asked a little earlier about when the victim is reluctant to press charges. If the patrol officers saw property damage or marks on the face of the victim, even if the victim was not cooperating and did not want to press charges, what would the patrol officers' obligations be back in May 2016 on a domestic violence call?
If officers determined that there was domestic violence, even if a victim is reluctant, our policy is they still make that arrest if a suspect is there or take a report.
See, you know what the problem is, BBQ? I understand that you hang around killers and murderers and stuff like that. But, you know, in certain situations, like going out to dinner, you're always going to be holding your hip and be like, yo, the ops are coming. I can see it now. Tammy be like, you're not in the hood. Relax. Oh, word. Why are you grabbing your hip? You don't even got your piece on you. Oh, you right. Can I have lobster with some wine and a nice crescent bread, please?
So, if there are, when the patrol officers arrive at the scene, and this is May 2016, and there are 4 people that are present at the scene, how many of those individuals are the patrol
what's
officers
wrong with you, Alfredo?
obligated to interview?
Yo, you're gonna have problems in your marriage, bro.
I'm going to show you the incident call here, and it goes down and it has domestic dispute, and then it says, met with victim, looks like check location, verified husband left, victim advised verbal dispute, and refused to give any further information.
You asking for issues, bro.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. In May of 2016, was the language
50-50.
victim advised verbal dispute?
Let's talk about Nadiga.
That was that patrol officers were trained to provide when they were not going to document anything from
Santo. What up, Santo?
It can vary, but officers would
It's
commonly
a dead end at
use
this point.
the phrase verbal dispute or to document when a report was not taken.
I'm going to ask you to take a look at what has been marked as deposition exhibit number 8. It's dated November 24, 2014.
Nah, the justice system is kind of unfair.
And it's subject domestic violence supplemental report. And it says the domestic violence supplemental report for
What up, Larry?
15.40.02 has been revised to provide a more concise picture of the history and needs of the victim for the purpose of investigating the crime of domestic violence. Do you see that?
Yes.
What is your understanding of why the LAPD decided that they needed to create a supplemental report form that would give a more concise picture of the history and needs of the victim for the purpose of investigating the crime of domestic violence?
Right. The supplemental includes a lot of questions that are required by California state law. So we included that on it, and the original supplemental
Somebody just
was
farted?
actually created a lot earlier, I believe in 1999. This
Whatever you do,
this
Larry,
revision
don't
of
gamble
it,
all, bro.
Added
Don't
some
gamble all. Hold on.
specific questions
I gotta-
to help us.
I gotta give a crap to the toilet real quick.
look
I'll be
at
right back.
kind of to do a risk assessment. I'm not sure if the supplemental is attached to this form, but on the supplemental, there's a section where I believe there's like 7 yes or no questions. That is what was added during this revision.
Detective Santanaga, I'm going to show you what has been marked as deposition exhibit number 9. And do you recognize this supplemental report?
Yes.
Is this the supplemental form that was referred to in exhibit number 8?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if we look at this, and we start out on the left-hand column, and it has a number of different observations to make of the victim. And it includes shaking, unresponsive, crying, scared, angry, fearful, calm, agitated, nervous, threatening, apologetic, under the influence of alcohol, under the influence of drugs, or other observations. And it says document in narrative. All right, are these typically characteristics of victims of domestic violence?
Yes.
I'm going to turn your direction to the crime scene now. And the same question, there's a number of different items on here, including location, vandalized, ransacked, and personal property damage, furniture disarray, broken. What is your understanding of why these are included on this list?
My understanding is that these are things that are typically at a crime scene or can occur. So things that we want officers to look for and mark when they take the crime report.
And as with the questions I had on the characteristics that are on the list for the victims, are these items that are also discussed with the police officers in their training to look for in even making the determination whether a crime has taken place?
Yes, they are.
Is there a scenario under which the patrol officers decide that there's no crime, but they see property damage and injury and take photographs?
I mean, every situation is different. I believe one way, if we have a situation like that occurred, then there should be a domestic violence incident report. So there is a place to document your observations and statements from people and a reason to have those photographs.
even if ultimately the officers determined that it wasn't a crime.
And yes, that's why domestic violence incident reports are reports where there are no crime, and that is why we have them, so we can
get like a
document,
Manscaped deal or something,
and have a history of calls and see, in case there is another call in the future, that there is prior history of any type of domestic call, even if it was not ultimately ruled a crime.
Yo, G-Wiz, what up, G-Wiz?
Would that incident report include if there were interviews with witnesses and if there were any photographs or notes taken?
Yes, there is still a narrative that is written where everything, the officer's investigation and observations and any photographs are listed.
And was there an incident report in place in May of 2016 for patrol officers to use in domestic violence calls?
What?
Yes.
She's probably all into that kinky
Could you
stuff.
please describe the purpose of
They always say the craziest ones are into the
2016.
some good sex.
What was
That's what they say.
typically in an incident report?
So the purpose of domestic violence incident reports were to record when officers responded to a call of domestic violence that did not result in a crime. They are actually required.
Now we in there together. What do you mean?
To document every domestic violence incident that we respond to.
We in there together.
And in that report, it's the same. I keep calling it a face sheet. That's not the official term, but the same as a crime report that we would take it on, but you fill out the information. You just do not list a suspect because we have no crime. It's the victim who was in fear that the other party may cause some type of danger to them. And that other party is then listed as a witness. And then there is a narrative that is included, the same type of narrative that would be in a crime report, where you would write down your source of activity. The officers would put their source of activity and then document their investigation.
That's why you gotta ask them first.
Like, statements that anyone
what are you
made.
Into? What are you, lesbian, bisexual, straight?
Domestic violence calls, what type of relationship it is, how long they've been together, any prior incidents of domestic violence. All that would be included in the narrative of an incident report.
And would any photographs or other notes also be included in that incident report?
Yes, they can be. If there was anything that they saw that officers believe needed to be documented in there.
And where would an incident report, and I'm again back in May 2016, where
because they know their way around the block
or stored once the patrol officers were done with their shift for the day?
The officers would turn in their reports, including any incident reports, to the watch commander, who would read over it and sign it off. And if it is approved, it would go to our records unit at that division to create a report number on it. And then it does get assigned to a detective.
All right, Dean. Have a good day, man.
Just so that we have it on file in case there's any future incidents.
Do officers at some point have to make a determination
What up, Jason?
as to whether domestic violence has occurred?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What criteria do officers use to make that evaluation?
They use the interviews with the parties that are there, what they observe at the scene, even what they observe, like the demeanor of the victims and the suspects. Every situation is different, but it's really like taking in the whole 360 of where you are and what's occurred, so they can get all information to make that educated determination if a crime has occurred.
Yeah, but even if
Can you
Johnny
just
Depp
generally
does
describe
drugs,
for
she
me
does
the
drugs
circumstances
too.
under which a domestic
And the
incident
sister.
report is used?
And everybody else in that household, they do drugs.
We took a incident report when we determined there is no crime, but that one of the parties is in fear that either their life was in danger or they could be a victim of some type of serious
I
bodily
love the way
injury.
Tammy puts it.
So
Yeah, we're talking
the
about
third
drugs, sex, and
incident
human
you would have,
remains.
or where we don't take the incident report is where
No, but that's actually true what she's saying. That's what we're
parties
talking
state
about.
It was an argument. There was no physical injury. I wasn't. Both parties say we weren't afraid that the other was going
What
to
the
do
fuck
any
is
type
wrong
of
with
harm.
us? What's wrong with us?
Okay. And so, in that case, in that third case,
He said,
that
not
you
me. I'm
described,
talking about Nadiga.
Would there be any
You're talking about ass, bro. You're talking about
documentation
ass.
Typically?
On that third one, when we don't have the fear, so it makes it no incident report, it's only documented on that daily field activity report.
Ms. Meadowhoff asked a line of questions earlier on in the deposition about victims of domestic violence being reluctant to come forward and speak up. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Is that a significant problem in dealing with domestic violence calls?
It's everyone else.
Yes.
Is that a problem that you have personally experienced on your own calls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is Nadiga. Or Naga? Nubu Naga?
When confronted with a person who's unwilling to make a statement, is there much that a police officer can really do if you have somebody who just refuses to make a statement and refuses to indicate that they have suffered violent abuse?
It's not too much. Usually we teach them to talk about the cycle of violence and power and control and see if we can, start a rapport with the victim and get them to discuss. But if they really don't want to tell us what happened, we can't force them.
If a potential victim has visible injuries, or that there are indications at the scene that there has been some sort of violent episode, does the fact that the potential victim declines to make a statement mean that the officers can't go forward?
No, not necessarily, because they would need to investigate more, but you do have the visible injury and, evidence of some type of struggle. So they would need to try to get that probable cause to determine that it was a crime that created that injury.
There were a number of questions asked about if observed injury, if observed property damage, back and forth, and both of us have asked you a lot of questions about
It's like a serpent.
And so I just want to make sure that
Yeah, it's like a
very
serpent,
clear.
like a mermaid serpent.
If a police officer responding to domestic
But it's like a
violence
snake body with
call
like a human body.
sees injury, regardless of whether the victim cooperates, what is the police officer's obligation? And this is as of May 2016.
To do an investigation to
It's actually pretty
determine
interesting.
if that injury was a result of a crime.
And that investigation would include what?
It would include interviewing anyone that is at scene,
Yeah.
seeing if there's any type of physical evidence of
I believe they're still alive, though.
altercation, or depending on
There's some photos and
the
some like
story that
video
was given, if
evidence
there's
that I'm like,
corroboration of that,
it might be real.
seeing if there's any witnesses. Yeah. Kind of depends. Each one's different, but just doing a thorough investigation.
If one of the other witnesses took the officers through the entire premises and showed broken glass, spilled wine, and a number of areas of disturbance and vandalism, what would the officers' obligations be then?
The officers would still need to determine if there was enough evidence there from these witness statements and the things that they're seeing to determine if this injury is a result of a crime.
What discretion do the
I have
police
no idea,
officers
Smitty.
have when they see an injury on the victim when they report it to a domestic violence call? And this is as of May 2016.
The officers still need to do an investigation if there is a visible injury because they have to determine if it was a crime.
So one of your roles, if I understand it, is to make a determination of that the police, the LAPD as a whole, how you're overseeing how they respond to domestic violence calls, correct?
No, I didn't hear about
Yes.
that project.
And let me ask it just a little bit differently. In making the determination of whether to create an incident report,
Got some nice lips though.
what, if any, factors can the officer consider
Oh, officer, not the guy.
if the victim does not want to press charges, but the officer still believes that an incident report is appropriate under the circumstances?
It would if
Imagine kissing somebody
officer
with teeth
determines
first. They just
that there was not a crime yet
oh.
there was enough there. And guess what I'm trying to say? I mean, the purpose we have to think about that we tell the officers the purpose of domestic violence incident report is for documentation
It is, right?
of incidents, because we know with domestic violence there's usually a series of incidents that happen and not all of those are crimes. So for us as officers, we document those so in the future if there is a crime we can go back and say there have been all these other incidents. So as officers we kind of take that into our analysis of the scene, and if we can't determine whether a crime has happened,
That shit
we have to
hurts.
think about
That shit does
do
hurt.
we need to document this so maybe sometime in the future.
I remember I was
people know
making
that
out
this
so hard I
happened.
dinked. You ever dinked?
All right, thank you. Ladies
All right,
and gentlemen, let's go ahead
what's
and
your
take
next
our
witness?
lunch break at this time.
Thank
And
God.
do not do any outside research and do not discuss the case with anybody, okay? We'll see you back in an hour.
This part of the case is like everybody's just gonna mention what they see. So they're taking their break. Okay. Okay, what the hell's going on? Bruh. Bruh. I just got the weirdest message. I don't know. Recently, I've been getting some weird messages lately. Like, you know, story time. Kevin! Oh, he's over there doing the trial stream. Damn it. So, you ever got started getting like weird messages from people who say they know you? The hell is a Ruby bundle? Ooh. Man, Cole is on? Ooh. Ooh. No, no, no. Not that one's. No, no, not that one's. Like, okay. So I got this one individual. I don't even know who they are. And I guess because there's a... You know what it is? This is how I feel. You gotta keep it within your duty to stay relevant in somebody's life. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't just keep on. You just can't keep on, like, come out of nowhere and be like, yo, I know you. You remember me, right? That does not work. That does not work, you know? It just doesn't. Me, I'm very, 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 very forgetful. It's a problem. But it's like, you could talk to me about something personal right there and then. No. you could talk to me about something right there in the moment and you say, don't tell nobody. By the time I turn my back, it's gone. It's gone. You get what I'm saying? No, never that. Never that. Never that. I do remember some people that came and gone, but I'm talking about, like, you know, personal. Like, I had this one individual come out of nowhere, just be like, yo, you know me. Like, wait a minute. No, I don't. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I think I will remember you. Tammy, I will remember you. You're here. You know? I remember Chris. I remember Tammy. I remember Alfredo. I remember a lot of you guys. Even if you guys left for a year and came back, I would be upset that you left for a year and came back. I'll be dead honest. Because I'd be like, what the hell happened to you? Like right now, I'm gonna be dead honest. Where the hell is DC? I've seen her a couple of times on Cheesy Stream and stuff like that. Where's DC? You know, Juicy's gone missing. DC's gone missing. Who's the other one? Who's the other one? Carlos has gone missing. What the hell's going on? I get it. Life goes on. I'm talking about from your teenage years to your adult years. And then when people start seeing, like, I just can't. Like, for me, I can't. And especially if we left on bad terms, I'm definitely forgetting about you. Oh, that fucking sucks.
Training's over.
Wait, we're playing regular? Yeah, that sucks.
Set a drop point for your team.
So you got a mic?
Gas is approaching your position. Get to the safe zone.
Yo, floppy waffle.
Cash drop inbound. Secure the cargo.
You trying, my guy? Bro, what?
Back. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active.
Oh shit! How the hell did he even get up there? He's hacking.
You're in a gulag.
That's crazy.
Survive to earn redeployment.
My man locked onto me, bro. Let me see. Was mine locked onto me? Locked onto him like that? Huh? A little stickiness, not a lot.
Let's get this going. You can taunt your enemy with words. Rocks. I use rocks.
Smitty, what's your birthday, Smitty?
Time for a fight.
When were you born? Oh my god, he hit
You
me.
win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. It's time, soldier. Break 'em.
No way.
Yes way! Yes way! No way! Yes way! Idiots. There's no, I see him. He sees me. Son of a bitch sees me. How does he see me? Can I get a window? You don't want to fight this fight. Come on.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Oh shit! What?
The enemy won this battle, but we'll be back to finish the war.
I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. Wait, they're taking a 15-minute break? Yo, what up, Dubs? No. Let me see if I got it. Let me see.
Hostile dropping into the area. Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Hostile dropping into the area. Time zone. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Oh, I gotta check my mail. Let me check my mail real quick. What happened to Angel? Angel baby. You know how I know she's doing okay? It's because...
Let me turn my aimbot on real quick.
Alright, go ahead.
Take no.
Resurgence.
Yeah, no, I haven't received the code yet.
I don't know where you going at. You just
I'm going to 10th, I'm going to 10th, my bad.
Oh my gosh.
My bad, Rambo, my bad, my bad.
Fuck with that.
Earn points to bring them back to the action.
Down. Oh, bounty around us.
Attack.
Close by, he's close by.
He's over here, yeah? He's over here.
Target appears hostile.
Okay, out of the game. What do you
I'm
say?
sorry, bro. I just took the one ball. He was on top of the tent.
Yeah, I know.
He was like,
That's where he was. All right, we got a little bit of money. Let me get your money. Let me get your money.
Here. Oh, that's my gun.
That's your gun. That's your gun. That's not your money. I need your money, not your gun.
How you get up here, little nigga? Like, really? You use the N-word against me, sir?
Yeah, nah. Try not to use the N-word.
How you get up here?
Yeah, they're over here. They're over here.
Alright.
But I threw the loadout.
I see one.
We're good, we're good.
Top of the rooftop.
Yeah, they're going towards living quarters.
Man, what the fuck is that? Alright, what we doing? We going towards them?
Yeah, we're going towards this guy. These guys are over here. Got one down. They're over there, left side. Two on the left side of the second building. Or third building, sorry.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Oh, somebody dropping in.
On me right there. Look him. I'll self.
He went on top of the roof.
No, he did it. He just went on the side of the roof, maybe. I didn't see him go up the ladder. My man quit. It looked like he quit.
Where the fuck did he go at?
I have no idea. Hold on. Bless you.
Gas is inbound.
Here, see if you get a UAV real quick. It's like, oh, we're missing 100.
I'm on $100 for it.
Yep.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Somebody dropping in.
Cooked him. He's here. He's on the second floor, right here.
Setting rally point.
Nice.
Got him.
Get him out. Good job.
Alright, now I'm going to UAV.
Yes, sir.
Positive ID.
Oh, here you go. Here comes the body. Coming
Let's make
further.
this quick.
Yep. Reloading. He's by the third building.
Setting rally point.
It might be up the ladder or down low. Cooked him. He's in there. He's definitely in there.
Enemy cluster strike. Watch your heads.
Where's he
He's
at?
in here. Oh, I got shot from across.
Yeah. I don't know where he went. I think he went to the other building.
He's in the other building.
Yep.
He's above me.
I'm right here. I'm right here with you.
He's above me in this building.
His partner came back. His partners went to the same building. He's flying down low. One shot right there. Last guy. Oh, it's two guys. Oh, it's a separate guy. GG's.
There was two people there.
We lost that one, but we'll come back stronger next time.
Separate team, man. Yo, this well gun is dangerous. That sounds like, all right, let me just put this whale gun on. Oh, she was streaming? Yeah, I see. I know she's alive and well because she be you know, shout outs to her. She be retweeting the stream and stuff like that. June 6th. Modern Warfare open beta, not clickbait. That sounds like automatic clickbait.
Last road trip was over a year ago.
No, it was just one time in San Diego to the convention. Work convention. It was work related.
Oh.
Mortal Kombat. Hands down.
Never mind.
I'm hearing this guy's whole household right now. Ooh. Who looks like? What? Who looks like? What?
Holding for deployment.
Who?
Take this time to ready up.
Gang. Yo, what's up, EMP?
How's it going?
Damn, bro, why your TV so loud?
You think I'm the
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to mute you real quick. Your house is way too loud for me, bro.
Oh.
I know, it's crazy, huh?
Training's over. Time to see what you've learned.
Oh, Angel? I think I seen her by her profile pic. You know? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I don't know her, so I give it up. You know? My guy. Oh.
Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
Oh. Oh.
Survive until others redeploy. The bounty target is down. Marvelous. Squad member is redeployed. Enemy UAV active. Squadrons are all KIA. Keep fighting until they redeploy.
Oh shit! What? Don't do me dirty! I didn't even hear this guy. Of course, it just locked on to me, but when I shoot the guy, nothing happens. You know? Hit him non-stop with bullets to his head.
I wasn't getting attacked because I went in.
Oh my god, bro.
Yo, teammate, you suck.
Yo, can you pause your music, bro? Can you pause your music, bro? Yeah, bro.
Nothing. Hopefully he left.
Check your gear and weapons. We go, sir.
Jesus Christmas. Seriously, dude? Alfredo with the 20-month membership. I'll be back. My wife said she needs some spanking. I hear you. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Let me see if this guy's still playing music.
Stand by for deployment to the
This guy got a whole fucking studio in his house. Oh my god. I cannot, man. How can you listen to music and play a game? I understand if it's like, you know, how are you able to see players? This guy's gonna camp. Any money bet he's gonna camp.
Resurgence.
Bro, this guy ordered a whole rap album.
Gas is approaching your position.
Jesus Christ.
Clear, and your KIA teammates will redeploy. Any point word gaps, return them to combat quicker. Enemy soldier nearby. Kill all targets. Go.
Oh god. I didn't hear. Where's the footsteps?
The enemy won this battle, but we'll
Oh, he did it. Yeah, he did it. Thank God. Nah, it's all good, man. Your house is way too loud. I'm about to get copyright claim because of your music, so that's why I had to mute you. But it's all good. GG's. Give her one for me, Alfredo. Give her one for me. Yeah, Migs. What up, Migs? How you doing, man? How you feeling? What's going on?
Enemy soldiers nearby. Practice while you can. We'll be entering the field in a bit.
Yo, this thing cooks.
Training's over. Time to see what you've learned.
My man. Good looks, brother. Let's go. Let's bring it out. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the subscribes. All right, let's go.
Mark the drop point for routine. You'll lead them in. The gas is closing on your position. Suggest you start running. Fallen allies will redeploy as long as you remain alive. Earn points to bring them back to the action faster. Kill all targets.
Somebody check the check to see if the case is going on. If the case is going on, this is gonna be my last one.
Enemy UAV active.
Yes, H, bro. Like, oh.
Oh, come on, bro. Cook him. I knew he was coming out too. He's on my body. Coming back down. I thought you cracked him. But where the fuck you at?
Return to base for debrief.
I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. My man pings him. Like, come on, bro. You pinged the guy.
Hello?
What up, Larry? Bonerroom.com. Yeah, they didn't send me a code.
Yes, sir. I want to gamble.
BRB, BRB.
Practice while you can. You'll be entering the field in a bit.
You getting on, Miggies?
Dropping into the AO. Enough training. Now you fight a real enemy.
That's how you gotta do it, Alfredo. That's how you gotta do it. All right, Larry. Let's get it done, baby.
Scavenger resurgence. Move out. Mark and drop point. You'll lead them in. Rush to the safe zone. You've got gas closing in fast. Fallen allies will redeploy as long as you remain alive. Earn points to bring them back to the action faster. Primary objective.
us from 4 different directions. Like,
Moving.
Very careful. There's like too many people here.
Locating a supply box. Secure that position.
Right by the buy station. There's a guy right by the buy station.
Enemy team hunting for you. I'm under fire.
Right here. Oh, wow. How did you know I was there? Sus much?
He fried me.
25 remain. Solid work so far.
You fried him? I'm gonna go towards Scav.
Assault rifle Objective found. Move to the next location.
Oh, his teammates
AIA. Keep fighting until they redeploy. Objectives found. Move to the next location. You're losing ground. Move it. Enemy UAV active.
Yeah. They got a loadout
Squad
already.
member is redeploying.
Alright.
All supply boxes found.
Oh, where did I go? Right here, right here.
Yep.
You're the last one standing, soldier.
Damn.
He's on top?
They have
Survive until
loadout.
others
They have
redeploy.
loadout. They have loadout. That M13 fried.
Mm. Alright, let me get the fuck out of here, y'all. They're just gonna camp there.
Squad member is
I got too much money for loadout. I heard a loadout. I don't know where it's at.
Loadout drop on the way. Gas is moving in. New safe zone highlighted.
I'm throwing 2 loadouts. Here, get a UAV.
Loadout drop on the way. Enemy UAV active. Allied UAV overhead.
Look.
Hunt them down.
Try to grab the other one. Oh my god. Damn, I need an ammo box.
Helicopter here.
Yeah, but we got these guys over here by Stranglehold who's on top. I just got hit from the top. Yeah, I knew it. That's the bounty. We just need enough money to put a precision on these guys. Oh, never mind. He got cooked up there. Larry, give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money. Careful, these guys are shooting from up here.
Destination. Gas is right on your tail. Target for airstrike.
Down, down.
Got your request. Strike is active.
In one.
I saw him jump down somewhere.
Yeah.
Moving.
Right here on me.
Here.
Hook him.
Here. Left. Keep the pressure on. Throwing
Back,
out
back.
a grenade. They found me.
There's two of them in here. Careful, they're baiting. They're baiting.
Bounty target identified. Have a little fun, yeah? Mark target for airstrike. Got your request. Cluster strike is active.
He's in the bottom. There's another one over there. There's another one over there.
Moving.
On top of roof. Top of roof. Shit.
Appears hostile. Gas is moving in. New safe zone highlighted.
I want to get this fucking guy in an angle.
Buy station costs are adjusted.
Don't. He's over there. I cracked him a little bit.
Of course, he's just taking this over.
You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until others
I am
redeploy.
13, bro. He's on my loot right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to your loot. I don't know where your loot is. Whoa! Whoa!
The M13 is frying, bro.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Awesome.
Try to get the guy up top.
Shot landing. I haven't seen him.
They're trying to push me together.
You're losing ground. Move it.
I need back on my loot.
Contract time expired. The target's been lost.
Bro, like, stop camping the loot,
Last one
bro.
standing, soldier. Survive until others redeploy.
He's right here on top.
Fucking.
Less than
Damn,
10. We're still
13,
standing.
He's hacking.
Don't give up.
We lost that one.
That's what it is.
Stronger next
He's
time.
killing me hella times with it.
Because the way he fried me, dude, I was like, wait, what? Look at this, look at this, look.
Found us a spot.
This guy's... I gotta see this. Yeah, right! The M16 does not do that!
Marking a rally point.
Yeah, because the way the guy beat me, I was like, That guy beamed the hell out of me. I was like, what the hell? Bro, the way that he shot me, I was just like, oh, snap.
Use this time to train them. We'll be deploying soon. Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
What's up, Chris? What up, Eduardo? Eduardo! I don't think I'm gonna be able to. And Johnny Depp we love. We're gonna go back to this case.
Resurgence. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. Skills gas is on the route. Make your way to the safe zone. Fallen allies will redeploy as long as you remain alive. Earn points to bring them back to the action faster. Drop into the AO. Execute all targets. Located a supply box. Secure that.
That should be like an automatic thing, man. Give me the money, Larry. Forget the loadout.
Lot of cash here.
Right on you. There's a guy right on you.
Headed your way.
I just saw him. Yep. There's one on top of the roof. Don't push if you don't have to. One's in the window. One's in the window. One's in the window. He's trying to jump in. They're both down low. Be careful. They're both down low. 4 seconds. They're trying to both push you.
Do better this time.
One's on top of the roof.
Sighted on target.
One's on the second floor. Yep.
Go down now. Operation.
Wait, what? You didn't say nothing.
I downed him.
Come back stronger now.
No, you didn't down the other guy. Okay, back to the case. How was the toilet gaming chair? The finger gaming chair? I know, right? Hold up, let's see. Is it back on? Nope, they're still talking trash. We got room for one more. We got room for one more. I'm going in hot. I'm going in hot. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, I don't even know. To be honest, I don't even know. Snoop Doggy. I know that gaming chair is crazy.
Check weapons and gear. You got time before deployment.
Yeah, I kind of see that. I mean, there's more to being just having facial hair. There's a lot of men that act like children, you know? I'm just saying. Is this the same guy before? Is that the same guy from before? What happened? It is, right?
Yeah.
Damn, they put this out and put us back together. That's hilarious.
Resurgence. All right, soldier. Mark and drop.
We're going.
Oh, you know the vibes.
Gas you don't want to breathe.
Tense.
Make your way to the safe zone.
Where you guys headed?
Tense, baby, tense.
And your KIA teammates will redeploy. Any point where the action is returning to combat quicker. Primary objective is to eliminate all enemies.
This
Target
time.
where's destination. This is Phoenix 3. Target down. Counting target.
Crack.
Doing one.
Keep moving. enemy hits on that run. Enemy UAV active. We need you. Take them down. UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
Give me your money.
Under cash here.
Thank you, sir. Just need to find a portable buy station.
Field upgrade tag.
Damn.
Go get that armor.
Alright, I'm gonna go towards control. I need my loadout. Bless you.
Friendly loadout drop on the right. Recon is coming in. UAV beginning flyover.
I just missed all my shots, bro. Oh my god. He's not even good, bro. Oh my.
One of your allies is back in the game. UAV is out of fuel. Returning for.
Fuck! Why didn't I slide? Why didn't I slide, bro?
Load up from down low, buddy.
He's on the other side. Said they're camping loadout.
You can get the loadout from here.
We're returning you to the front line. Go get them. Got contact over here. Contact.
Need help, he's on top. Need plates. This guy's still underneath here. Was that second floor? Third floor?
Nearby. Enemy UAV active.
Second floor, last floor?
Loadout drop headed your way.
Second floor. Cook him, please. Cook him. There's another one there. Last one. Nice.
25 are left. Keep your eyes.
I'm the one that gets fucking cooked.
You're back in the action.
Is there? Bro. Larry, why are you not talking, bro? You haven't said one word. You said they're doing a UAV. I'm like second floor, third floor.
Overhead. Hunt them down.
They're by loadout. Got a guy by loadout. There's another one by yellow. They're pushing in now.
Hostile dropping into the area.
One down. Cracked him. He's in the living quarters. He's looking out the window. Cracked him up top.
Everyone move.
Please tell me you're with me, Larry.
Throwing out a grenade.
Fucking. Down them.
Enemy soldier nearby.
They went back. They went back.
Enemy UAV active.
Man.
Gas is right on your tail.
Yo, this gun, I'm loving this gun. Without the suppressor, I'm loving it. The Nikita.
Disregard left. Moving.
Oh! What did I just step into?
Now.
Ah, damn, there's two teams. Backing off, getting my precision. Oh, I don't got a precision.
Moving. Enemy UAV active.
Second floor, third floor, Larry. Second floor or third floor, Larry.
Oh, they're just camping, bro.
Second floor or third floor, Larry. I'm trying to help you, bro. There's one that's down, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till you guys get back.
I need comms, guys. I need comms. Try to grab one of these.
I found a bounty contract. Get back in the action.
Nah, there's no way,
Bro, you're just rushing in.
Nah, I didn't even go to check.
Come out on top. Located a supply box. Secure that position. Watch your six. Resurgence will be gone soon. Enemy soldiers nearby. Objective found. Move to the next location. Fire sales. Prices are back to normal. Objective found. Move to the next location. Squad member is redeployed. Contract complete. All supply boxes found. Gas is right on your tail.
I need help over here, bro. I downed one.
Bro, that can't go for water no more, bro. Oh my god.
Larry, you're not even saying nothing. You're just rushing in. You're not saying that they're camping. You got another team behind you, Fuzz. That's down low.
Yeah.
They're coming from the other side.
We're returning you to the front lines. Go get them. One of your ammo back in the game.
Oh shit! Ah, I thought that was my teammate. Stay alive.
They're on top.
Oh,
Top corner of prison. It's in. Oh, come on, cuz.
You made it to the top 10. You'll make it further.
yeah, I'm off. Let's go back to what we was watching.
That controls the whole computer, so it gets down to the bit level where it's actually really everything that goes on in the computer has to go through the kernel.
And what did you do after IBM?
You gotta speak up, bro. You gotta speak up.
A startup company.
You gotta speak up. That's all it is. You gotta speak up. You was just Russian. You was not communicating.
And what did Secure
You
Online
was just doing your own thing.
It was a company that wrote software for mainframe computers running the various
You know,
versions
and
of the Unix
don't pay attention to Fuzz. Fuzz was not.
And were there any other investors?
He was doing
in
the same
Secure
thing
Online
too. He was just not talking.
My business partner in that was Sylvester Stallone.
And what eventually happened to Secure Online Systems?
Well, it was, as I said, a software product that ran on mainframe computers running Unix. And we actually completed the product and it ran very well, but mainframes running Unix kind of ceased to exist back then, so we had to shut it down.
So what did you do after the company shut down?
Then I went to work at Sun Microsystems, working on their version of Unix, which is called Solaris, also working on the kernel.
And approximately how long were you there at Sun?
Approximately 5 years.
And did you also work for Drivers Aces Inc.?
Right. Coincident with that, I also founded another startup called Driver Aces, and we wrote what are called device drivers to run on the Unix operating systems. A device driver actually teaches the computer how to talk to hardware devices, so it also runs within the kernel.
Have you founded any other startups?
Yes.
What was the other startup? What was at least one of the other startups?
So the last startup I founded was called mailcall.com, M-A-I-L, and that was a startup that allowed you to read and manage your email on your cellular phone before there were smartphones. So a computerized voice would read you your email and you could speak a reply into the phone or send it to a fax machine, basically let you manage your email on the road.
And what happened to mailcall.com?
I sold that to a public company in 2000.
And what'd you do after that?
After that, I ended up working at Equifax, one of the
I was
credit
telling
bureaus
you,
in the United
second
States,
floor, first floor.
running software development.
I can help
for their,
you. I was saying everything,
internet
and you
marketing
stood
division.
quiet. And then when you died, he was like, "There's two of them camping." That's not
And
communication.
How long were you in that position?
You too busy worried about the
Until
chat and
2005.
what people perceive you, bruh. That's the problem. Get into the game. Screw everything else. What the hell happened to the audio? Kevin! Audio! I sent you down there to do a fucking stream right, and you're not doing it right. I'm gonna fire this guy when he gets back from California. It's like, how am I able to help you fight the fight if you cannot communicate? You know? It has nothing to do with upgrading the game, upgrading your guns or whatever. It had to do with you. You gotta remember, when you play in my lobbies, it's gonna be nothing but sweats and nothing but just hackers and aim lockers and stuff like that. You gotta understand that it's always gonna be like that for me. Because of skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking. What's going on with the audio, man?
Environment. Although since COVID, I haven't been doing that.
And have you published any scholarly articles?
Yes, I have 2 published articles, one related to computer security and another relating to antitrust enforcement using technology.
And what experience do you have in statistical or forensic analysis of social media?
A bunch of the consulting work I've done involves analyzing data from social media. Most of them have been consulting for litigation. Some of them are consulting for non-litigation. Yeah.
And is that work both in civil and criminal matters?
Yes.
And could you describe the work just a bit more in terms of what you've performed regarding statistical or forensic analysis of social media?
I can't talk about the specific cases because I haven't testified on them, and some of them are awaiting indictment, most likely. But in general, it's really the same sort of stuff I've been doing here, analyzing data from the social networks.
And what social media platforms have
I'm
you
about to get
performed
off.
forensic analysis?
The major ones.
What are the major ones?
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit.
How much of your expert work is for plaintiffs?
Live today, not tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to turn post notifications so you know when I go live on all your devices. I love you guys. Peace. Be safe. And don't forget, take care of each other. And thank you for allowing me in your guys' lives. Later.